Uh-oh, here we go, man. I feel like eventually this type of content is going to die down, and it is again very game against game kind of, this classic setup, this battle, if you will, between different titles. I do not think that Star Citizen and Starfield are in the same genre, only in science fiction, and that's it. I don't think they're really the same game, but we're going to see here a video that's saying Star Citizen is cooler than Starfield. My mom can beat up your mom, says Books. It just draws you in. It just draws you in. I understand. Even I click sometimes on this stuff, man.
Gentlemen, welcome to another clickbaity video title. But
Good.
hey, nobody watched.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
I like that he said that right from the start. It's so sad, but more and more content creators on YouTube are having to employ a clickbaity. It's getting worse and worse. It is literally getting worse and worse.
My Baldur's Gate stuff, okay? And I know I said I wouldn't do another Starfield video, but technically speaking, this isn't Starfield. It's Star Citizen. Am I exploiting the algorithm? Yes. Do I care? No!
Good for him.
But I digress. After the snooze fest disappointment that was Starfield, it occurred to me, while people were making comparisons to other titles, that I'd never actually played the other titles they were comparing them to. Mainly Star Citizen and No Man's Sky. Both titles I have not touched at all. I never even tried.
I played No Man's
Sky
completely
because
different
I'd been
the
burnt
others.
too many times. And when they said like 12 billion to trillion planets, I immediately went, and then just left it. Whereas Star Citizen,
I'm playing your sound effect right now, Mad Style. I love it. It's totally metal, and the sound effect that I made for you is exactly how I feel when you're talking right now. Hold on. Where's my Mad Style? Where's my Mad Style, Pepe? Mad Style! That was total metal, Mad Style. That was total metal, and I love it. No holds barred, bro. No holds barred. I love that about you.
I've heard that it's a giant scam pyramid scheme thing, and that it's £1,000 to get into it. I can't speak to the scam part, but I can tell you that it doesn't cost £1,000. Instead, it's about £40.
Thank you. Holy shit, thank you. Somebody who actually is talking about what it costs to get in Star Citizen. Holy shit, who is this guy? Holy shit. This is so unusual to see somebody who's just like, hey, it doesn't cost much to get in Star Citizen. I'm liking it already. His name is Soul Gamast. I don't know. I'm going to like it because I like that he's just bringing it real like that. So many times. How many times you see these kiddos get on here and they're like, oh, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. It's like so misinformed,
Actually cheaper than most AAA releases these days.
I'll link it in the description if you're watching on YouTube.
Unless you want to spend £1,000 on their most expensive pack or buy a t-shirt, in which case it costs more than Starfield. Now, I don't know why anyone would want to spend that much money on a video game, but clearly, if you are spending that much money, you have too much money and should give some of it to me. Click the subscribe button and become a member today. Come on, Moneybags, I know you can afford it. But anyway, lads, Star Citizen had a free weekend or week long or something. Honestly, I didn't even notice it was a thing, and it had about 24 hours left. But I could play for free, so I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, and do this video to milk the algorithm. So without further ado, we will jump into this. The video should be short, as long as I stop rambling. It should be short, probably. Now, almost immediately, ladies and gentlemen, almost immediately, we find the first hurdle of Star Citizen. And one of the main reasons I recommend you honestly don't buy it, even if it is cheaper than a AAA video game. Unless you have a god-tier PC rig, I wouldn't buy it. Out of the gate, we're off to an amazing start. Because I had to turn all settings down to low to even be able to get a solid, 20 frames out of this thing. It's running at, 20 frames. I need to turn down some settings. Worse than Starfield. Boo! Boo! Starfield ran at least 25 frames. Holy hell, it is proper sim. I have to pick up the water, and then I have to take the thing off, and then I can place it. Oh god, I have complete control over where I place things. And my character will have a little animation that actually places it stuff. I will now eat burrito. It's uttering bad, so I think I'm going low. I'm lowering everything. Admittedly, my 1080 is pretty dated these days, but I can run Cyberpunk on full ultra. I could not run this on full ultra. I'd need a new everything in order to run this on full. And my friend, who I invited to come play this, his computer basically exploded.
Okay, I'm gonna check my task manager and then see how, like, oh god. It is overheating my fucking CPU. My CPU usage is at 100.
Vatten just died? So yeah, hey, exploding computers, not a good selling point, to be perfectly honest. Not a good selling point. But I soldiered on, ladies and gentlemen, chugging at like 20 frames. Following the tutorial like a blind lamb, stumbling it from its mother's womb. Straight into the hungry jaws of a nearby wolf. It didn't go well. It did not go well.
The ASOC vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Goodbye.
Seriously, it's like airport simulator. Getting PTSD flashbacks to like having no fucking clue where the hell I'm going in an airport. Ooh, look, I even interact with the ship to get ramp access. I open the hatch to the ramp. Dude, that's cool as hell. Why is that so cool?
Because it's designed to be cool, man. Because it is designed to be cool.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Admittedly, Star Citizen needs a better entry process. They need a better, from the very beginning, point A to point B, to get people introduced and indoctrinated into this style of gameplay, because it's an older style of gameplay. This is an MMO sandbox experience a la the mid-90s. You know what's interesting, that we're in 2023 and now like there's a whole 2 new generations of gamers that don't even know this style even existed, and they're playing it and they're getting immersed in it because you're actually in it and you're learning by doing things the way a sandbox is supposed to be doing it. And they're like, they've never had that experience before. I say amen to this.
Yes, sir.
I say you just see how he's just having fun with the ship right now. The noises, the graphics, the feels, the vibes on his 1080, and he's having a good time with it. I love the fact that we learned tonight on Inside Star Citizen that you will now be able to have hangars to accrue your mass of goods from, invite other people into those hangars. You've got a headquarters of sorts. I'm very happy to hear that. I think we're going to have more player retention because of that. All of the old style hangars we used to have back in the day when we were chilling out, we're looking at our trophies and all that jazz, man. That was some cool stuff. And it's coming back in a much tighter, stronger format, which I'm very happy about. Futz says they should have a hologram NPC that you follow when you first start playing and shows you around and which buttons do you do what, etc. There should be some type of introduction sequence, Futz. I do agree with you, man. I do.
Contact air traffic control.
Aether's just like, throw him in the sandbox, man.
To request permission to take off. Do you want a screen share so you can see what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'll be able to do much here.
Just can't make it, dude.
Yes.
Oh.
You want the hologram to be Tomo, dude? That'd be great.
It says press N, but open system's locked while another one being. I don't know what way I'm supposed to go.
Everybody must be naked.
Follow the instructions.
I'm gonna have a party and everybody must be naked.
Yeah, so I would have guessed too.
Do you know how to change camera so I'm not first person?
I have no idea.
Can you Google it? I can't Google nothing.
Alright, give me a second.
Am I moving? I can't really tell. It's like I'm now stuck. What the hell?
Yes.
Bring your, bring your
I
Radagast,
no
man.
idea.
Bring your Radagast for the party.
Google why can't I move? Computer!
I
Google
don't know.
why can't I move? I just want to get off the planet and then go try and land on another planet. Just to go, haha, look, it's better than Starfield. I-O. Ah!
Uh-oh. Did he turn it off?
Yep.
Yes.
That was the engine button.
That was the engine button. We found the engine button.
Yeah, do you know how long it took me to get to the goddamn hangar?
Many frames were lost.
I swear to Now you might think to yourself at this point, ladies and gentlemen, Sol, this sounds dreadful. And you'd be right, but you'd also be wrong. Because while
Yes, sir. You're gonna eat me.
啊
Yes.
But you'd also be wrong. You hear? You hear? It's going to suck people in. It's the old school becoming new school again, man. This is, I don't know if to be happy about this or cry about this, man, because that dates me. But it is literally like the old school style that we all grew up with in the 80s and 90s and loved so much when the internet was first hitting. That MMO sandbox style of just getting thrown in and baptism by fire, just like Aether was talking about. It is that old school vibe coming back and hitting even stronger with newer graphics, because nobody else is really doing it like this. Nobody else is really doing it like this, man.
Well, I stumbled blindly through this game at about 20 frames. I fully admit that it is incredibly cool. Like, visually, it is extremely impressive. And that's me running it on low setting. I almost want to go out and upgrade my computer just to be able to run this thing. But there is, without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, nothing quite like the experience of taking off from a planet and seamlessly going through the atmosphere into space. Assuming you can figure out how to fly and what the 20 different keybinds do. You know, whenever I download a new video game, Van, I think to myself, I wonder what the fucking, like, the active talk button is, or whether or not I'm just hot micing throughout the entire thing. It's just, this dude here is just looking at me like, you fucking mental son of a bitch. I am doing it for YouTube. I'm not mad.
He's just running.
He ran! Alright, fuck, where was this? It was this way. Follow that guy. That guy probably knows what he's doing. See, this is very cool. It's very cool. I do like it. It's maybe a bit too tedious for me to, like, yeah. Because in order to get my ship, there's certain things like the transit stuff I wouldn't mind it being like.
Dude, people were doing that back in the day, man. People were doing that back in the day with Chris Roberts' title. Massa says so many people have done just that. Upgrade their PCs to make SC look better. You're fucking right. I'm hitting the microphone. I'm getting all intense now. That's exactly what happened back in the day with Wing Commander. Chris Roberts was the reason that the entire PC industry upgraded itself and the gamers upgraded themselves because they needed new equipment to run Wing Commander. I remember it specifically. It was a Radeon 256 megabyte graphic card, and everybody said, oh, you're not going to pay $200 for that, are you, DG? Hell yes, I was, because I wanted to play Wing Commander. My dad thought I was freaking crazy. I said, no, I'm going to save my money, and I'm buying it. I'm buying that card. I want that card. It was early days of AMD. It was a Radeon 256 megabyte card. Look it up, man. And it was $200 way back in the early 90s. And he upgraded the entire American gaming population because they all wanted to play it, man. He was one of the reasons why we upgraded our PCs, man. Nobody upgraded their PCs. It was all green on green. Then we had color, and everybody just basically kept the computer that they bought. And there was not a lot of upgrading going on, man. But when those titles started to hit and you needed them, one of which was brought about by Chris Roberts and then many others after him, is because we had to continue to upgrade it to play the game. So what Mad Style is saying is absolutely right. You're seeing another revolution of this. You're seeing this happen again. Here comes Star Citizen. Everybody's upgrading once again, and it becomes like the norm. You get this level of adoption on PC equipment where everybody now at least has a 2080, except for this guy playing on a 1080 and myself. But Tripal sent me a 3070 that I'm trying to figure out how it won't burn my computer down.
More streamlined. And then I have to go to Hangar 2.
That's right.
Did not explain.
That's right, Execute. You don't hear that as well. The Sound Blaster Pro 16. Execute, I remember that. Execute from Info Runners. How you doing, my brother?
You're not gonna hate me.
Both Cobra and Execute here again tonight like bosses, my best friends, man. Thank you very much for all the love and support that you give this channel and this community. We really appreciate you guys for that. Info Runners, Execute says, also had to upgrade your sound cards because of Chris Roberts. Yes. Yes, you did. And I believe at the time that was like a $75 upgrade for the Sound Blaster Pro. I think it was the Sound Blaster Pro 16 I might be incorrect about that. But man, you're absolutely right. We had to do that. We had to upgrade our PC equipment back in the day because of Chris Roberts, and here we are doing it again. It's good for the entire playing field, man, when this stuff happens. It's great for capitalism. It's great for Nvidia, which is probably why their stock price is through the roof.
It's very well, but I figured it out.
It is not a thing here, but like, you know what I mean. Oh. So yeah, you were just stuck, I guess, earlier.
I think it was just bugged, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same here, Wooks. Same here, dude.
Or I run out of fuel, because I'm now just drifting. Yeah, there's space in my space game. Am I even moving? Yes. Just very slowly. Admittedly, I'm on like the lowest settings humanly imaginable, because otherwise my computer would explode. But you know, it is what it is.
I mean, still, to be fair, that's not bad for like, you know.
Yeah, this is still a cool.
For those
this
things.
is still a cool experience. Actually, maximum flight speed. Use mouse wheel. Oh. There's a maximum flight speed button, man. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of shit. Look.
Yes.
I'm currently
there
in the
is.
atmosphere of our planet. The actual fuck.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Holy shit. Yeah.
Although we kind of freak out when I'm in third. I can't quite tell when I'm in third person where everything is. Yeah, see, like we're leaving the atmosphere.
Yep.
Okay, that's fucking cool. That's instantaneous as well. That is seriously cool. Oh, we're going down. Go down. Ah, no. Am I back in my bed on the space?
Shame. Shame.
It's okay. He's a new player.
Shame.
It's okay. This is how you learn. This is how you learn. This is how you learn, man.
Oh god, I think I was so close to finishing the tutorial. It's visually stunning, incredibly impressive. And it should be for the amount of money that has gone into this. How much money have they made, actually? That's a good question.
600 million in revenue. They finally reported a profit the year prior to this. Be interesting to see what their numbers are coming up. Should be interesting.
$550 million. How much did it take to make Starfield? Wait a minute. $200 million. $200 million for Starfield. Honestly, I don't know what they did with all that money, because the engine's basically just Fallout 4, so like, what did they do with it? No joke, I'm pretty sure if we gathered together all of the best Bethesda Creation Engine modders, and we gave them complete free control over all of the dev kits, that they could have created Starfield by themselves, with half of the resources, half of the people, and like 4 times the quality. Because I'll tell you this much, lads. Star Citizen may have used like $500 million, but I can at least see where that money is gone, because damn is it impressive.
Holy shit.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Hot damn!
That's a big fucking ship.
That is a huge motherfucking ship. Lower deck?
Lower deck.
Holy shit, I have a bar.
Oh, that's, yeah, a bar.
It has a bar. I want to be able to pick up the snooker tape. Can you imagine playing snooker while cruising through the galaxy? So, this could be really cool. It could be really fucking cool. Just streamline it to be more RPG, less simulation.
Absolutely.
Bethesda could do that, but they refuse to innovate. They absolutely refuse to innovate. Collision imminent. I don't know. Is it?
And the great thing is the first impressions of Star Citizen when you're hopping in are generally like, wow. As you continually grind and you go through the missions and you see what there is to see, what you realize is in true MMO sandbox fashion, the best way to play is usually with other people. You can do your solo experiences in this game to a point. You can mine to a point. You can salvage solo to a point. You can do a lot of things in this game solo if you want. What you find in a lot of the MMO sandbox, just the bare guts of it, is you have more fun playing with other people. So that kind of is part of Star Citizen as well. Thank you. Welcome, Damien. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the fam. Nice to see new faces here tonight. Appreciate everybody here tonight. Thank you for sharing your time with me.
Above me? I can't really tell because I can't. Yeah. It's right above me. Space billionaire. Elon Musk's shuttle is leaving the atmosphere. All engines go, dude. Look how cool this looks. Look. Cool as fuck. I counted up about 40 hours or so of playing Starfield, which was some of the most boring hours of my life. But at no point during those 40 hours was I met with a single moment where I was in awe of anything. At all. Not even once.
The other great thing about this is the danger. Me in a sandbox, MMO style, hardcore setting is you got to worry about other people. You got to worry about the danger. You got to worry about the unknown, the chaos. It's space. It should be like that. You should not be sheltered from it. It should be policed. It will be. As time moves forward and more systems come online, okay, you're going to see system security. You're going to see AI act better. You're going to see security act the way that it should act. It's going to take a long time for that to happen correctly. And in this interim, it's just a giant, messy kind of security-based system that's better than what it started as, by the way. It is better than where we started at, okay? So there has been some progress with it, but it is still very messy. And I think that's another thing that people don't get as they continue to play it. So for this gentleman, his first time, he gets that like awe-inspiring, like, holy God, the graphics, everything's great, it's wonderful. But that element of chaos is super important. That element of danger is so very important that Star Citizen has it. A lot of other titles will shelter people from, like, oh, we don't want to scare people. You know, like that seems to be the motto of most games. It's like, make it as comfortable as possible because nobody wants a challenge out there. like that seems to be the entire game development world except for Cloud Imperium right now. They're the only ones I see out there that are actually like, give us danger, give us excitement, give us chaos. And that's what I love. I love that about Star Citizen. That will never, ever, 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 ever change. It has it in the 10 plus years I've been covering it and playing it. That has never changed. That is a constant. And I God bless them for it. God bless them for it. I want that in games. I want a challenge. I want chaos. I want danger. Keep it in my game.
Yes, sir!
A stark contrast to Star Citizen, which had me in awe pretty much immediately. Yeah, that's a lie. I spent like half an hour trying to figure out how to fly. Pull up! Pull up! Pull up!
What is that, 3 times?
Oh, this
Must be a great drinking game.
It's like,
Yes.
it's like a fighter jet.
Yes.
It's a
what's
fighter
it
jet
about?
space. Is it above me? Whoa! Oh, no.
Stunner.
Oh, hell no.
I like
is
that,
so
dude.
fast.
It's funny.
It is so fast. It's even deep. It's even got the like. Oh, I love this. This is much cooler. This is beautiful. See, even the ability, say Starfield just had like you couldn't actually enter the atmosphere and land.
Yeah.
But even if it allowed you to fly between planets, it would have been cooler. Just the ability to land between planets.
I said that they should have. They really should have. Less cutscenes in games, man. Less cutscenes in games. See, this is the general consensus now with gamers. This is going to be the new norm. What Star Citizen is doing right now, making this seamless experience, planetary landing, being able to go to planet, this is going to be the norm now. And if games don't start adopting this and making this part of their own gameplay, their mechanics, their design, if they don't start doing this, they're going to not be successful. Like this is elevating the entire industry, just like Wing Commander did back in the day, both with hardware and both with software and design. It's exactly what's happening here. Everything's being raised. The bar is being raised. Yes, there's a lot of glitches and bugs, and I understand that I'm going to get negative, clickbaity, salty guys saying things like, "Oh yeah, this is what we want, DG." The big picture is, yes, we do want this. We want the bar to be elevated, and what they're shooting for here is admirable and should be supported. Everywhere I look, everybody's pooping on it until the newest hype. You know, this is how I can tell people that are really into Star Citizen versus people that aren't into Star Citizen. And I'm primarily talking about just not the gamers, but I'm talking about the content creators. When the content creators are continually pooping on the title in times that are rough, right? And they're not saying things that are positive one bit, like how they're growing in a bear market, or they're still making money, or the business side of things, or the fact that things are getting done and progressing in times like this. When I don't hear content creators talk about that in times like these, I can tell they're skamazes. I can tell they're complete fakes. And they're only doing it for the monetization. They're only doing it to monetize the eyeballs. They're going after you. They're predators. They want your click. They want that money from you. That's why they're doing it. It's easy in times of the hype cycle after CitizenCon when people are hyped up about it or something new comes out where they're like all for like, oh, woo, woo, woo. And then they're right back pooping on it again. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I can't stand. That's the thing I can't stand.
Planet. You can land on, say, asteroids or maybe moons.
Tons of them out there.
Easier to generate. But if you want to land on an actual planet, then it cuts into a cinematic and you land with your character doing all the shit. The fast travel, like, same with all the cutscenes and everything, it just drags you out of the experience in a big way. And then it's
absolutely worse. Calm like you see him, man.
Looks really cool. It's a planet, that's why it's an actual planet. Hold up!
Everyone, this man, wait, everyone needs to get mounted. Hold on a second. Got so many buttons now.
Get mounted. This message brought to you by Predator Mounts.
I should do that more when I'm on my soapbox and I'm getting real heated. After I like finish up my points, that's the button I need to push. Thank you for that, Futz.
Imagine getting in a dogfight with this thing.
Yeah, it would actually be playable on like Starfield.
Man, that feels so fucking good. Ignoring the fact that I'm getting motion sick kind of vibe.
He's in third person and he's
shooting this.
look at him popping
so
off
cool.
rounds.
But see, look, this is a barren fucking empty planet. But it's still cool that I can enter the atmosphere of this place. Imagine this like if you had like a really, really high-end computer. But after I'd figured out how the hell to get off the ground, it was beautiful. Even on the lowest settings, at the ridiculous frames that I was running at. It was visually stunning. It gave me an experience. And I had fun. For the comparatively tiny amount of time that I played it, there were multiple moments of awe where I was genuinely impressed. Admittedly, those moments were often followed by me crashing into and/or exploding, but still, they were impressive. Where do I land?
This guy sounds like, oh my god.
Well, that's a cool shot, though, right there.
We're landing.
Is it Total Biscuit he sounds like a little bit, or?
Crash.
We're slowing down. We're slowing down. We're landing. We're landing. We're slowing. We're landing. We're coming in too hot. We're landing. That's a hill. That's a hill. The flares are blinding me.
Oh my fucking god.
I can't see. The flares are working against me. Oh god, the horror. Ah, epileptic fits. We landed. What was the button to turn off the engines? I don't know if I had a helmet on, but we're about to find out.
Fucking just dies because of lack of oxygen.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm alive!
I don't see a helmet.
But this is cool. Ignoring the fact that I'm gonna suffocate because I got no fucking space helmet on and my head's about to explode. Look at this. I'm hyperventilating. I'm gonna
tactical advance? Is that who you're thinking of?
I am legitimately like hyperventilating. Get the ladder! Get the ladder! Enter the pilot seat and get back in. I am legitimately like hyperventilating. Yeah, I just went. It feels like a game that has tremendous potential. That is, it's innovative. It's unique. It's probably not going to be released for like 50 or 60 years. Pretty cool, all things considered, but like tone down the simulation stuff and then add
I know
a bunch
he
of
sounds
RPG
like somebody that I know, Fuds. Maybe
make the scale smaller in order to make it more manageable for like console players, because this is a PC-only release. This is not gonna. This would not run in a billion fucking years on any of the current gen consoles. It just wouldn't. It would fucking brick them. They'd explode. Or just fuck consoles. In the ideal world, I'd say fuck consoles. They're holding back the PC master race. Think how great games would be if they didn't have to get ported to console. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason that I would not recommend buying Star Citizen. Even if it is a spectacular, visually stunning experience. Unless you have a god-tier rig to play this game smoothly, or if you can grab it for free just for the hell of it and narrowly avoid your computer melting, then Star Citizen doesn't have much else going for it except for the fact that it looks incredibly pretty and is incredibly.
Wait, just this guy literally hopped in the game for the first time and does not know all of the loops inside. He doesn't know that he could mine or salvage or any of these things, man. Like it's literally his first time and he was just flying around. And I think he thinks that's all there is to it. So, I would like to put that disclaimer out here that there's plenty of things to do in the game other than just what you've seen. So, and it is only $40-ish, $50 to enter. It's well worth it. It's more, there's a lot more fun you can get out of this than AAA game titles, man. There's a lot of thought being put into this, and it's a great time to be had with friends. And so, like, I highly recommend just paying the $40 for God's sake. I mean, Jesus, it's so cheap to play this, and to me, it's beyond belief that people out there continually say that people are victims, that Star Citizen is taking people's money. Like, come on, get off of it. Get off of that already. There's a small percentage of people that have problems. Come on. That are addicted, right? And that's just a small percentage of people. The other people are only putting in their discretionary income.
The common denominator.
What's up, Tech? PC Master Race, says Tech. So, if you're watching this here on DG360 and you're on YouTube, press the like button, share this, and let people know. I personally think it's a good time, and I think you should try it out. Especially if you're into sci-fi and you've just now heard of this, I say go try it out. That's what I say.